Hello and welcome to another edition of the Eternal Journey. I bet you're bored sick of seeing Stonescar, but unlike those other absolute barbarians who are trying to kill their opponents, perish the thought, we're just here to grind them out and be maybe a worse FGS deck. Who knows? It's hard to say. Maybe it's a reasonably similar power level because we also get to play in Cold Blood. Tell you what, I've been playing this deck since Champion Chaos was back, back in the fold. And the amounts of times that I've actually got my opponents to discard cards of Cold Blood has just been absurd. I think we saw in the video the other day where I discarded 2 cards of it. That was disgusting. Well, I've done that and done like 1 card like quite a few times because a lot of people are still playing like Merchants and stuff and Valkyrie Enforcers. I've just been able to go ham. It's been fantastic. So I was going to play this again. We did make some changes. We've got like Quarries in here. Yeah, I've got Quarries in here. I just made a bit of a change. No 5-drops, just goes like straight from Vara to like Jekk Long Gun. We've not actually seen the Jekks in any of the games yet, but I reckon like by the time we actually get one, it's going to be fantastic. But as I was saying the other day, or maybe I didn't say, I can't remember now. I like that now Champion K still gets a toughness because it's a more versatile card. When it was only getting +1/+0, it's strictly only for attacking. But now it can be a 4/4 or a 5/5. It's much more of a mid-range threat, and I just really like this card being back. I've been playing as well with like a deck that's playing this and Render, a couple of strangers, and then like 1 or 2 champions are going in because that's just busted. Once your opponent's just taking an absolute paste into the face off those 2 cards, and then you just play this huge Aegis thing, it's just game over. So let's go into the ladder and see what this deck can do. Still playing 26 power, and then we've got like 3 more tutors. That's probably enough, along with the Chose. Chose not really power, and it is like an 8-drop, but the treasure helps. So off we go. Okay, well, on the draw, 1 power. Nope. In fact, maybe Instigator isn't like the perfect 2-drop for this deck. I kind of like this. I can't remember for the life of me on the draw or the play. If on the play, it's kind of better because we get to Vara's Favour something and then just go straight into a champion. I think against like Torch decks, you want to hang fire with the champion until you can make it 4/4. Gets a little bit more complicated against decks that have also got like Vanquish in them, but just a show off with the sparkly one. I really do need to get around to like premium these out because we've got enough power to do it. Well, let's just play Instigator. If Instigator survives, then we get to play a 4/4. And against Fel, it's probably kind of good if they're like a Hailstorm variant, we get to curve straight to a 4/4, but yeah, straight to the face isn't really it. These kind of decks, oh nice, we get to curve into the 5/5 as well. Let's get some equity here. Yeah, so these are the things that you're capable of when you're just playing like a deck that's more geared around being also kind of aggressive. Is that you're able to go, obviously our opponent could just like double removal spell here, just like Suffocate and Rinder's Choice or like Desecrate or whatever it is I want to do. But right now I feel like quite ahead. And then we're just going to go like 3/3 into 5/5 into 2/4 because stats are cool. That should have been so I like listening to well, potentially got some bad news for our opponent here. In fact, let's just be a little bit smart about this because we can sort of afford to be. So I'm just going to sit back. If our opponent goes in for the attack with this, I'll just try and torch it before I block and then try and go for torch in case any nonsense happens. But I think what I want to do is just play Stat Maiden next turn and then just torch this. It's kind of cool that people are playing like Feln's Scream because that's something I've not seen for a while. Maybe we're just going back to set 1. But this was one of my more favoured decks realistically. I probably could have gone for like another Permafrost here maybe. Levitate. Don't believe you get to blow out the draw card, but it's worth figuring out. So, because we're playing the Shadow Merchant, we aren't going to be able to unlock our Champion of Chaos. So, Permafrost is an actual removal spell, but whether or not you should actually be playing Permafrost right now is maybe not. So, our opponent can Haunting Scream this back, but without also interaction to kill our Maiden. Doesn't really do much, I'll be honest. I'll probably attacks with a 2-2, just like snap never blocking, because this deck should probably be playing something like a rapid shot in it. Yeah, Beast Call Desecrator. Kind of fine with this. Ooh. Oh yes, Jekk long gun. Whenever a unit goes to the enemy void, it gets void bound. I don't think we can be that cute though. So which one's really the threat? I think we'll just kill this. And just start slamming for 5/5, I guess. If our opponent makes any sort of blocks, then we've got more cudgels to put with merchants. I was sort of considering, like, is there any sort of world here where we just go and grab, like, Vicious Highwayman? Sorry, if you know Void does not as they want. Because I do like getting Dark Return. Goldblood's probably a little bit suspicious, but I might as well go and get Highwayman, because Highwayman can pop off some things, like if our opponent's playing more the Beast Callers. So we'll grab Highwayman. So our opponent does get a chance here, like double draw. They could just get 2 Berserk units here, so maybe it could have been correct to kill Desecrator, but I didn't want our opponent to just like levitate the Beast Call and get like 2 5/5s, because that feels kind of awkward for us. Feeding time here is good, kills Maiden, but we've still got like a trade up here. Oh, the opponent's got Face Ages now, so they are... Ah, okay. So I'll take this trade pretty much any time, really. Yeah. Kind of fine with that. Guess we just slam with this. Kind of cautious about making Jekk lone gun now. I don't want our opponent to just madness this and then... Yeah. Don't think that's what we want to do. I keep this as a surprise. It's kind of expensive. Yeah. Just if we got our Jekk madnessed and then whatever, that could be kind of bad for us. So let's just sacrifice this. Keep Vara's down to like a 3/4. We'll lose 2 lives. But if we draw like a Vara's Favour, we're able to kill this, which is kind of cool. So this makes me feel a little bit better, because we get to see what our opponent's up to. Hailstorm. That's kind of questionable. So let's do this. So we'll do this. Going to get to attack with everyone. Opponent doesn't really have any good blocks there, because whatever the block with dies. I mean, obviously this is a good block for them. But with doing the pink here and knowing our opponent's not got a spell, it means that whatever our opponent blocks the Vara with, just like trades at least. Yep, it's kind of fine. Opponent gets to gain some lives, but we've got a 4/4. I'm going to deal 2 damage to them. Oh, deal 4 damage to them because 2 things died. Ugh. I've just completely missed having to care about things like Instigator math. I kind of want to keep it, but probably can't. Let's redraw it. We're on the Dream Crush, so why not? Let's try and be aggressive. It seems kind of fine, really. And we might not get to play Instigator on 2. Oh, we can now! It's single pip! Oh my god, I've been so used to this being double pip that I've just been like, I can't play my thing, but this is busted. So I was thinking maybe we want to be playing the other one, the Warcry dude, against Huru. Torch is either great or awful, so I'm going to keep it, just because if it's great, it's going to be absolutely fantastic. So it could be awful because it looks like our opponent might be just playing the control version, but if they're playing like the mid-range or like a beatdown version, then it's kind of good because it trades for pretty much everything in the early game. It's probably what we want to be doing. Is there a way? We can't play champion out of Vanquish range, which is kind of rough. So play Waystone, don't get full die off it, but whatever. Next turn, might as well. Sort of similar to Jundin Magic, like we can do some sort of like burning out strategies here as well. So if our opponent was like the actual mid-range deck that was playing threats, then we could sort of like play 2 of these, like Torch Deathing. It still deals damage to the face, so we're still progressing our strategy all the way. I'm not going to play the second Instigator yet. I don't want to play the second one, let's get like our first one. Defiance will just take like an additional point of damage for no real reason. What I'm going to do is look at a Treachery. Sort of, if we can snap a palace, maybe I want to wait for that, sort of apply more to the board, I don't know. So this is something that I probably maybe got wisdom, but the wisdom here is kind of ropey because I can't take the wisdom. Well, I'll take your jab merchant 100%. But if like wisdomed into, say, a palace, then they just lose palace. That seems kind of bad for them. But yeah, maybe I should have waited till turn 5 on that. Okay, so I'll probably Jotun Hurler here. Jotun Hurler being a free now is nice because it means that our torch is going to be able to do something. So if they lay it out on 5, we are able to sort of like deal with it. So now next turn, I guess we can like play with 5/5 and torch, or we can just like treasure it up and then play Instigator. I think we'll just play treasure Instigator. That seems good for us. So Who Control, I feel like they're kind of ahead in this matchup because we're playing on like a completely different axis, I believe. I'm just gonna make the attack first. If like they Defiance, it might change my play. But I think given that's what they did, I'm just gonna treasure and then just play an Instigator. Like we can take more damage, it's fine. More damage as in like if we lose both our units, we take more damage. Just I think that the 5/5 is just like a really good threat. Like, yeah, this is fine. Like it's a 2 for 1, we take 4, but I am going to keep hold of the Vara's favour for this moment in time. Just because it can pop an Aegis if we need to. Because we do have Vara, which is pretty good against Aegis, but I think nearly all of our opponent's threats have it, apart from Jotun Hurler, and then Jotun Hurler gets it from, I don't know what's called, the Palace. Although we have got Hurler kind of covered here realistically. So if our opponent was to like go, I might just like attack them first. If they just make a Hurler, wait for them to Palace because it taps them out. Because it's unlikely that your opponent will just like tap out for draw 2 on Palace if you got this in play. Like, yeah, Vanquish kind of stinks. So we don't have a threat anymore, so I'm probably just going to Vara's favour just so that I can chow. But given our opponent's got like a million cards in hand and they are Huru, I'm not feeling super confident. But I do like Cho's just like, it's a bit more of a like mid-range, really late-game threat. Draws your card early on, so it just gets you a little bit deeper. Which is all we really want. Like the quad fire's not really that much of an issue. I mean, it's not an issue like FGS, although you get to play all the crests. It's like less of an issue in the deck that gets to play 12 dual factions. Like, we've managed to get it off just free. So what I'd be kind of interested in is so potentially, so one, I need to think about things now because if we grab, so there's no reason not to spew off our Vara's favour. So now if we grab Treachery, we get to kill this and potentially a sight. So I think that's what we'll do. We'll go with Chokes that cost like a jillion. Yeah, just Treachery our opponent. So no valid cards, but we basically went and got Signal Flare that could potentially make our opponent discard a card. So I could have worked out a different way. I was also thinking maybe just get Dark Tongue, so when this dies, like we get to go and get it again, and then we can fetch something that's like a bigger threat, like Highwayman or Dizo's Office. But I'm really looking forward to like a Stonescar Smuggler. Actually, I think that Smuggler is just going to be huge. Like, yeah, especially because we know about Snowball, but that's fine. I think I'll allow Hurler to be in play, pretty much for the same reason I was saying before. Runehammer, just really want to do damage to us. But yeah, as I was sort of thinking before, maybe like an Argenport deck that plays like Runehammer with this, you can just like get away with it. So we do want to do the first torch here. Sequencer's kind of off there, but it doesn't really matter. Should have torched first. Oh boy. Well, we're probably dead to this thing because I probably gets to kill like anything we do. Let's go to 6 toughness. Yeah, I'm going to scoop this up just because even if we were able to pull this around, which I don't think we'll be able to, would just be, it'd take 4,000 years to win that kind of game. Okay, so finally get to see Jekk in action, but unfortunately we've got like 2 power. Quarry helps, but probably it's not where I want to be. This is potentially more like it, but mostly because like we've got the Crest at the bottom, we've got definitely 4 to play out 4. And then if we can get away with it, we can just like play Stat Maiden into removal spell. Which is just really clean way of dealing with things. I'll probably get rid of that Sea of Chaos. So we've also like, I mean, we could have had the 4 and 3 if we wanted it, but we've already got basically fully powered up champion, which is kind of nice. It takes me back to like when we could first start playing Champion of Chaos with Crest, not Champion of Chaos, the other one, Champion of Cunning. So against Jennifer, nice slow deck for us. Can turn the corner very quickly. Okay, influence is perfect now. Yeah, I'll get Champion of Chaos. We'll give it a go. Because it gives us something to do on 4 that's like kind of assertive and makes our opponent answer us. And it makes us not feel sort of suspicious by like playing the Maiden. So our opponent's getting strategized here. It sort of made the sound like a Face Aegis. So I was sort of curious what was going on there. But yeah, opponent should just have like basically like this, our opponent has to have like an Equivocate to sort of kill this, or Permafrost, but Permafrost kind of, I'm not sure about Permafrost right now, because like the Who decks have all got access to Palace. Permafrost kind of questionable, and then I want to say Vara, but Vara, I mean you don't want to play Permafrost with Vara, but yeah, Permafrost is the answer looks like our opponent's gone for. It's a shame, but I think this is kind of questionable. But if we had a Fire Merchant, we'd probably just like pop that off. Well, let's play Maiden. Kind of suspicious not playing the Torch, of course. But if our opponent plays like a Merchant here, just have to get rid of it. And then we're able to start applying quite a decent amount of pressure. So opponent's Treasury instead. Opponent's also incredibly lucky. Look at this premium chow. Actually, I'll be honest, the Treasure premium doesn't look that nice. Some premiums kind of hit and miss because it's sort of like a weird effect to do on them. It's just like cracking for 2 there, giving the business. I'm going to keep the Granite. So the reason the Granite Waystone's actually even in the deck is just because, I mean, we don't really care about the 1-1. The 1-1 can be good sometimes. So I play against an aggressive deck where I was able to play this plus something else, and then sort of similar to the Weirdo Rat deck that has like a Lumen Shepherd in here that you can pull out for. Okay, so yeah, Equivocate's fine. Well, it turns into something worse, but oh, Mazag. So sacrifice a unit. Well, 4 toughness, the old definitely okay toughness to have against this deck because they've got like Gen of Charm. Sacrifice this because we get a 6/4 flyer out of the deal. Killing our thing is kind of fine because it puts it sort of like in the void, which means we can Dark Return it if we want to. Dark Return is a 6/6, is 6/6. It's a pretty 6/6, I'll be honest. But the reason the Grindings are in here really is just market fodder. We don't really care about small bodies. How much does this cost? So pay 6 to steal an enemy unit with less health than Mazag. Unfortunately, we can't really do that, but we can Desecrate this. And then, if we play this, we don't even have to play this power, we can surprise do it to our opponent. I think actually I'm not going to surprise. Yep, Torch is fine. I think rather than make ourselves vulnerable to... Oops, not like that. Let's do the more damage, that seems more smarter. Rather than make ourselves vulnerable to Gen of Charm, I'd rather have the 8/6. It's able to steal pretty much anything our opponent's plays. It's no longer a surprise, but it sort of opens us up less to... Like our opponent just like pinging this for 4, realistically. It has to be like 2 spells, really. And like losing the cudgel's not really that much of a big deal. We can also just like steal this and then torch our opponent for 4. That seems kind of gas, really. Also, I've never done this before. This could be bait. I'm just like Oh, that's a sweet effect. Allowed to do it. Cool. That's a thing we were allowed to do. Can't believe it. Ah, equivocate. What a card. Yep. Not quite a 2-hour champion with this. Let's redraw. Oh, this is much nicer. Oh, there's factionless spells we've got as well. So I'm probably going to Crest here. Try and find like something a little bit threatening. So I'm sort of tempted to get see a Chaos Egg that lets us 5 treasure trove next turn, but I think we'll bomb this. If we really need to, we can torch a thing plus Sig Power, but I don't think we need to really. Let's quest up. Against Argenport? Yeah, keep that. This is going to kill one of their merchants. It's fine. So that's our third of the shadows on top of our deck. Oh, bloody hell. I was supposed to go to a meet-up after work today, but the weather was absolutely awful, let me tell you. Let us treachery our opponent, see what they're up to. Unseen Commando and Auric Interrogator. Well, let's take the Unseen Commando because it's kind of unique in the effect it's got. Like, this is just like a ground dude. Can eventually do stuff like draw cards or whatever, but drawing cards is for nerds, I can tell you. Also, I'm glad that this deals a 2 damage, like irrespective of like what happens. Oh, that's Quarry. Oh, I like Vara. Vara's a good card. I like us free. It's even better. There we go. It's got our champion. Champion will be fully turned on next turn, so I think we will do that. A lot of opponents playing like a Argenport deck here. They could well just be playing it into. I think we could, because we can play things that are too big for Runehammer. I think we're alright doing this. So we could play this one first. Trades with one of them, maybe it trades with the other one. You'll do that. Probably keep this around. Yeah, so our opponent not sacrificing there probably tells me that our opponent either doesn't have a Dark Turn, because generally if you got like an Auric Runehammer, Auric Interrogator, and you have the opportunity to sacrifice one of these, usually do, because you've got like Dark Turn to get it back and make it do stuff. What do I do? I could just do this next turn and get Cudgels going. So that seems kind of hot. But let's get rid of this. Just like, enough of your nonsense. Don't want our opponent to be able to get more value off this. Just make blocks, well, whatever. Puts down to just 2 cards in hand. One than the drew for turn. Okay, so in Cold Blood, not doing too much, I'll be honest. But let's just play Stat Maiden. I don't feel like we can be aggressive yet. Okay, cool. This is great. Our opponent's tapped out for a thing. We can kill the thing. Potentially rip a pile of these. Also, because of this effect and a bunch of like the other sort of effects that we have sort of in our deck. So this is risky because it gives our opponent a target for Vanquish. We also can't quite attack yet. Because if we attack with one opponent, like rips Vanquish, kills the other one, just like they get to kill us. So that seems kind of bad for us. But killing Tabroid feels kind of good for us. So, I'll just make a Jekk long gun. That seems good. So opponent go like, if they double block to kill us, we get to Jekk. That seems good. We also get like millions of. Actually, we just get millions of Cudgels and put them on Vara. That seems even better. So we take one. I should do this though. This is cool. Super kill that. Yeah. I mean, I've wanted to see this in action for so long. I'm just going to do it anyway. Yeah, that's probably just like wins a game of this pot because everyone can't possibly be playing Ash Rule. Let's be able to come back from this, and we've got 11 power in play, and then like 6 more. Honestly, it's good to be back with this deck. Like, Big fan of like the Stonescar Mal decks, and I know that everyone's playing like Champion of Chaos aggro decks now, but I think Champion of Chaos is just a mid-range card. Like you don't have to play in these aggro decks that we were playing in 2016. I should keep an eye on the time as well. Ooh. Should waiting for a mail from Direwolf Digital as well, because I asked them a question. This hand's probably kind of questionable because we've not got like a cheap thing to do. We're on the draw of like Desecrate, which is kind of questionable. Okay, well, I do like this, so just checking a different email. Yeah, so we can buy spoilers from the community store, apparently. I'm not sure how I feel about that, but you know, it's a good job to keep that hand, I guess. Oh yeah, snap keep. Nice. So we get to go like Torchy Thing into play 5/5. Well, 4/4. Oh, even better. Our opponent doesn't get to do a thing. That's fantastic. That's great news. We'll keep this just because it lets us keep doing undepleted power. I actually really like Sewer Sludge like as a card. Nice deck, mate. Let's play this, I guess. 4/4 go. Yeah, this is probably not the best outcome for our opponent. Oh yeah, like I'm blocking. Come on. Bar yesterday. It's like never. Attack for 5, I guess. If you want a rapid shot here, I'm fine with that. Like the old defensive rapid shot. Go on, you know you want to. Defensive rapid shot, take 4, give me a card. Because I can just put like the cudgel on this little grounding that could. Oh, torch, is that it? Oh, boring. If there's a double torch, there's probably a better target. Yeah. This is fine. I'm still not blocking your 1/2. It's like, I'll take 1. Oops. Oh, it's a spooky card. Let's just get Granite in. Play this dude. Kill this card, because this card is good, let me tell you. It's deceptive, but it is actually very good. So they're also touching our thing. That's kind of sad. I mean, we could have played around it for Stone Cudgel, but... Oops. Phone's going ham here. So, let's just make a 3/3. Oh my god. Why is my phone vibrating when it's on silent? Didn't disturb. There we go. Seems absurd that Facebook Messenger is allowed to just like vibrate you when you've stated that that's not what you want. Cool. So we could have played around that torch, but we didn't because we're just not about that life. I don't think we need to get cute with Jekk doing anything sort of nonsense. So let's just turn this into a 5/5. We can tap both here. If I promise a double, that's fine. So let it 5. Yeah, playing against Stat Maiden, like just these particular stats that we've got are just kind of like tedious for our opponents to deal with. Of course, the game's completely different, I think, if they're actually able to get this going. Yeah, we take 4, but you're going to take 7, and then we're going to make a 7/7. Now, Madness doesn't do it. Yeah. I suppose it's dead, realistically. Okay, so there we have it. I think there's probably some changes we could make with the deck. If Rista could block, I think that Rista would probably be playing at the free slot as well, just as like another bit of a value engine. And if we were doing that, I think we'd probably also play Rip Knife Assassin. So I was tempted to kind of play it. Maybe we could play Rip Knife Assassin with the Argenport Instigator as well. Go a little bit lower down the curve. Probably get rid of the Chose. You know, just like have Jekk as our curve topper. Because we can probably get by, like just having a more aggressive sort of mid-range deck could be a possibility. So what would that look like? So if we just put like the assassins in, although actually another card that I was thinking of playing because we've got In Cold Blood and we've got a reasonable amount of discard anyway. Maybe Dreamsnatcher could be our 2-drop of choice. So it's double shadow, which is kind of rough, but we are a deck already that is trying to work towards 3 shadow. So getting this on 2 is kind of fine, but we probably want to play it a little bit later anyway, because we could play this and then play Strategize. No, sorry, so the other one, Sabotage. So that can be awkward because you can play this, Sabotage them, you've also got Torch and Anti-Torch this, but you know, you're an actual human, so you can just play around these things. You can just do it the other way around, which isn't optimal sometimes, but playing this and then like Treachery can be good because like you probably just get to trigger and just turn this into like a 2-3 or a 4-3, and then you've just got like basically mono 3/3s or better for 2, which is aggressive. Like, and it's aggressive in a different way. It's not just about making 2/1s and then getting like gobbled up by an opponent who's got like Downpour in the market with their Howling Peak Smuggler. You're just doing a chunkier, sort of meatier, aggressive deck. And it's more like being assertive rather than being just aggressive. But I think what we'd probably do is, because we've got like the Dizo's office and the Jekk Long Gun as like our top end, we'll just like cut down on that. We could just like make it a really easy slide in, to be honest. Because we've got In Cold Blood, which does make players discard each card from the hand and deck. So even if you don't get it from their hand, it's still considered discarding from the deck. So if you hit Tavrod and they've got 3 other copies in the deck, then your Dreamsnatcher gets +3 power, which is really good, just like an aggressive lifesteal unit. So I think realistically this is probably where we'd end up. I do like having Treachery in the market because it gives us something to sort of pull out. I think as well we probably don't need Cho because we've also got a Dizo's office in the market, which means that we can sort of pick... Ooh, actually. So now you've got me thinking. Maybe we could play a Vara in the market for the games that go really late, because we're playing quite a lot of power. You know, playing 26, 29 really, plus Quarries, like, and Dizo's office. We're not like quite getting there with Chos anymore. But we potentially we have the potential to get to Vara. And Vara bring up like a Jekk Suite or Kerendon Merchant. Maybe it's a bit too much, but I think for now this is probably about where I'd sit with this deck. And I do kind of like it, so I'm just going to take the little snipping tool. Because what I generally do is I take the snipping tool of the deck, because that's what I use for thumbnails. I'm not sure whether just doing this now is like frozen the screen, but yeah, that's what I like to do. But yeah, it's nice to be back. Nice to be recording videos sort of on the regular. So my office is mine again, so I'm able to sort of record when I feel like it. And I just enjoy this deck, so I feel like recording with it. I might do another one today, might not. Not really sure how I'm feeling about that. Might go and catch up on some Star Trek Discovery. Although I've sort of gone off it a little bit because I've made one of the characters a little bit too powerful. It's sort of annoying. But yeah, none of the main characters are actually that likeable. Especially not since like the second half of the first season of Discovery was absolutely fantastic. But this season's sort of been not that great. But hoping the second half goes back to being good. But I'm actually at the second half now, so I suppose I'll find out. Anyway, thanks for watching. I've been That Resolves, and I'll see you around. Stay tuned for a little Easter egg. Break these chains of love. Don't give up. Don't give up. About 10 seconds longer than fair use, but what are you gonna do? Demonetize me.